GabeTV.
Hey.
Bonjour.
Guten Tag.
Hello, welcome to GabeTV. I am your main host, Gabe Meadows-Cleveland.
Well,
I am your main host, the handsome host, Gabe Meadows-Cleveland. I'm joined by the two other hosts for this episode. Introduce yourself, you pieces of shit.
Oh my god. Okay, well, hello, I'm Starbourne. I'm Canadian, and Gabe is lying. He's not the main host. It's a very flat team structure.
ich bin so ein unreal. Hi,
So
I'm the American. I'm Reaper.
I'm
Cool.
good.
Oh my god, please don't say that, Gabe.
No.
At least not with that voice. I feel like this voice is going to be a recurring thing in these podcasts. I hope the listeners are ready.
Oh.
Will. Okay.
Solo Ticuran.
Let me start by answering questions, just so. Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the question thing now. I'm looking at
Well, first we need to explain the concept of the podcast.
Oh, the concept?
Uh,
I thought the entire concept was the fact that none of us know what we're doing.
Exactly. But it's the first episode. We need to explain what's going on. Do you guys
This
want me to explain?
podcast is interrupting each other every goddamn time.
Basically.
Okay,
But I'm also a teenage American. So
Gabe, since you're the host of this episode, you can explain.
Okay, so the podcast is pretty much me doing my talk show kind of shit, everyone else doing their own kind of shit, and yeah, we're basically a bunch of idiots. And our special thing out is probably have our own style. The Canadian, the American, whatever the fuck she does, she's just American. So that's her special.
So, okay, I feel... Hold on, I'm going to give a more comprehensive explanation. Every episode is hosted by one of us, and the other two people don't know what's going to happen in that episode. Only the host of that episode knows what's going on. Sometimes we know a bit of information, but most of the time it's only the host who knows the information. And so that can lead to shenanigans because none of us know what we're doing. And also there might be guests.
Yes. I'm gonna probably have guests most of the time.
You gotta watch and see.
Right.
So questions now.
Well, we should also explain what this specific episode is about.
Oh, this specific episode is us talking, asking questions, and what else?
Whatever we end up doing later.
We're so unorganized. It's awesome.
We are the most unorganized podcast in probably okay.
And the whole
Should we
of Gotham.
Wow. The podcast is us doing whatever the hell we feel like.
Basically.
Exactly.
Three international idiots.
That would have been a good name for this.
I was about to say that.
God damn it! Okay, we can do that for season 2, I guess. Okay. Yeah, should we answer questions?
But then we'd have to redo a new jingle, so.
Should just answer goddamn questions.
Yeah, let's start with the first question.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go from all the way down because that's okay. The first question was probably directed towards me, or we can have everyone answer it in their own opinion if that's fun. John is insane, also known as John and Harp, I think, from that audio DW 2012 channel, Overton Audios. Yes, John from that one. He asked me, "Do you like jazz?"
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, I hate jazz. Hold on. Oh, what's the joke again?
For the memes, yes.
Hold on. Yeah, it's like, oh, I hate jazz. It goes on for 20 minutes. It's like, okay, we get it. You can blow the trumpet. Wrap it up, Elton John.
Yes.
For the memes, yes, I like
Okay.
jazz.
And now another question from my favorite Scottish female person, probably, I do not know.
So
Molly the
specific.
Gamer. Yes, I... specific.
How to get away with murder? Use an icicle.
I was gonna... Yes.
Best way to
Molly
murder?
asked how to get away with murder. I know that because I've done it a few times. Shush. Okay. Reaper, you answer as you are named Reaper. You must be the Grim Reaper, huh?
Okay, one, that's the worst joke in all of history. But, we don't talk about the skeletons in my closet or the ones floating in the river.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
That's so good.
I was the victim, right? Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Nothing. I just want to know when you're going to kill me. Anyway,
Alright,
anyway
so-
let's answer the question.
Get to the States and maybe I
Yeah.
will.
Now is it my turn? I didn't answer the question. It's my turn now. So,
Yeah.
how do you get away with murder? If, for example, you do a double murder, okay, let's say a Norwegian and an American, for example.
Oh!
What you can do then, you can basically trap their souls in a podcast. That way, they still think they're alive when they're recording, but actually, they're dead. That way, you have an alibi, like, well, yeah, they're still alive, they're in the podcast. And that way, you can get away with the murder. Next question.
Yeah.
But that's also
Wait.
a soul.
I need to get information on how I commit my murder. Back in 1845, I met a Canadian fellow named... I'm not... name, just forget it. And he spoke French, and French is evil. Every Canadian agrees, because you have to kill the Canadians, because they speak French. Some have big dicks, they say, but I do not know, because I killed them. And anyway, you kill the Canadian, you take their heads off, and then you boil it alive while it's screaming in agony, and then you invite a Canadian girl. It have to be a girl.
American.
Yes, you have to get an American girl. Boys do not work, so fuck you, Hayden Crindle. Anyway.
And we were worried that a sex-themed episode was too adult. I don't think any children will watch past the first 5 minutes of this episode.
I don't know why I'm still here.
How to get away with murder? You go to the police. You go to the police. Say, I murdered someone, but I'm gonna get away. And then, if they say we're gonna catch you, and you say you can't catch me without my consent, and that's how you get away with murder. And that's how I killed a Canadian guy and an American person who's not yet dead.
It seems...
Next question.
I'm looking at
this
the
one's
question.
your star. This one I asked you. Favorite smell, second favorite time period, and favorite foreign country. We're gonna start with favorite smell.
Favorite smell?
Yes.
I don't know if I should answer this honestly or still being kidding, because it's been wild up till now.
Both. We like chaos here.
Okay. Surprisingly, actually, I really can't think of my actual favorite smell. But something that surprises people a lot is that I hate this, like, the strong smells, like lilac, for example, and like smells like that are supposed to smell very, very good. I hate those smells. So, fun fact about me. Yeah, and
about the lilac thing. When you kill a Canadian, spray him with lilac while he's alive. He's gonna hate it. Okay, continue. Go on.
Oh my god! No, my least favorite smell is all the shit that comes out of Gabe's mouth. All right, continue.
I can't laugh that hard at that.
I thought we were friends. Okay, was that question answered, or should everyone answer that?
I'm the only one who answered up till now.
Yeah. So my favorite
we all-
smell, probably food related. I like food. I'm allowed to like food. I'm sort into Hufflepuff, and they like food, don't they? Yes, they do. Okay.
I'm a Ravenclaw.
I'm also a Hufflepuff. 2 to 1.
Ravenclaw.
Let's everyone be friends. That because we are 2 Hufflepuff and 1 Ravenclaw. 1 is a smart ass. 2 is way too kind for their own good. Especially
Sounds
me.
about
I'm
right.
the nicest one.
That's so mean.
Okay.
No, that sounds about right.
It's like 2 are very friendly. The
I
other is a
didn't even answer the
bitch.
question yet. I didn't even answer the question yet.
Okay. You can answer the question about favorite smell, I guess.
There's 3 main ones.
Oh boy.
The
You smell
smoke
some
from
alcohol.
a wood fire. What?
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
The smoke from a wood fire. I think it smells really good, and it smells
Oh.
like home.
Yes,
That's a very
it does.
questionable noise.
Oh yeah, I think Gabe just came.
Yes, I did. You wanna taste it?
What?
What?
No,
Okay,
that's
okay,
right.
come on.
Child.
Okay.
I'll try to
hold myself. I'll try to hold myself.
Anyway,
That's the problem. Anytime
anyway,
we make any joke that is kind of edgy, Gabe will 10 times harder.
I love it.
anyway, can I finish what I was
Yeah.
saying now?
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely.
you can.
There's this dish my grandmother makes. It's a German dish. It's called Schnitzel. It smells really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third one is kind of weird and it's not healthy in the slightest, but it's painter's varnish.
It's what?
Painter's varnish.
Ooh.
Kevlar.
Okay.
I agree that it's not healthy.
It's not healthy, but it smells good. I like the smell of it.
Okay, should we go?
I
asked the little star boy. Second
Starry
favorite
boy,
time
too.
period.
Okay, that's actually interesting.
Ancient Rome.
We should probably mention before, like, now that both me and Gabe are autistic. FYI.
How did you know?
I am not.
No, not like as a joke, like, because I hate people who actually joke about it. We're actually we got a diagnosis. We are officially autistic. But one of the characteristics of being autistic is that you can have special interests, which are interests that you can basically spend hours researching every day and never get bored of. One of mine is 1800s Western United States, so cowboy era. I love it so much. It's my #1 favorite time period. Which is interesting, because the question is not my favorite time period, it's my second favorite. And it took me a while to think about that. And I actually think I'm going to go with the Paleolithic. Because I think the caveman era does not get enough love. And whenever you ask someone their favorite era, it's always going to be like when civilization already existed. And I think that's not fair. I think the cavemen deserve some love. So yeah, my second favorite time period is the
I was
Paleolithic.
alive back then. They should get love. I was alive.
Yeah, he's still a caveman.
Ooga booga, skadoosh, haha, banana. Okay, do you have an answer you want to say?
Either ancient Greece or ancient Rome, because I really love mythology.
So either ancient Greece or ancient Greece light.
Yep.
With me, I honestly do.
I love mythology.
Yeah, with me, the worst part about me, I didn't think about this if I was to answer it, so I will struggle because I like so many time periods, like 1800s in general, both England and America in the 1800s, Vikings, which is a bit ironic considering I am Scandinavian, Norwegian. Yes, I was alive back then too. I am known as Harold something. Hårfagre. Okay, that too, I guess. He was my former boyfriend. Anyway, okay, maybe dinosaurs? I sort of feel I have sort of forgotten.
Dinosaurs is not an era. Dinosaurs is, there are multiple, which era of dinosaurs?
Maybe Jurassic. I don't know.
Oh, that's the worst. That's the worst.
I don't know. I
I mean,
keep
personally, I like
forgetting names.
Mesozoic, but Jurassic
To be honest, I
dinosaurs are
just
pretty
said the
cool.
first one I just said the first one that came to mind.
Everyone
I
says
like
Jurassic
dinosaurs.
because of the movie, but that's not the best. I personally
Yes.
believe that the Cretaceous, thank you. I
Mhm.
needed to translate it from French to English. I personally think that the Cretaceous era is the best, but you
I
do
like the
you,
Mesozoic, but it's cool.
and you're
Yeah, to
basic.
be honest, I haven't really thought about the dinosaur periods in a long time, so I keep forgetting. Yeah. So either somewhere between the 1800s, maybe the Vikings, or yeah, one of those two. I like the aesthetic of the Vikings. Yeah. Maybe if I ever go to Canada or America, I should go in a Viking booth and be like, "Hello, I am here to kill you." Okay. Next question: favorite foreign country. So your favorite country, but not your own, basically.
Okay, well, I know for
I only
sure
have an
3
answer.
countries that I absolutely despise.
Uh-oh.
I absolutely hate the United States, Germany, and Norway. These I hate from the bottom of my heart.
Well, that's gonna be a problem here, dude.
Yes.
No, that's a joke. Actually, I
too.
was gonna answer
Okay.
Norway as my favorite, like, other country, because it does seem like it's like a really good place to be. I've never been though. The only
No.
the only foreign countries that I've been to are Italy, and I went to like Cuba, but like the not actual Cuba, the part where it's only the white people visiting that go there, and to
Havana?
actual Cuba, no one goes there. Like I went to the
You went to the tourist trap.
Exactly, I went to the tourist trap, exactly. So I never went to actual Cuba. So I can't say that I actually went to Cuba. I don't believe I can say that. So the only actual foreign country that I went to is Italy. You could say United States, but that's basically Canada. And
We're Canadians. but we're-
Canada is like the French version of America, basically.
well, Canada is not French. Quebec is French. Canada is bilingual. Well, actually, technically, Canada is English. Quebec is bilingual.
I'm gonna get Queen
People
Elizabeth
hate on
II to
Quebec
kill
so much.
you.
Can
What?
I answer
Quebec is
now?
alright.
Can I answer
Quebec is
now?
good, but
and I'm
everyone in
totally not
Canada who
saying
is not from Quebec, everyone in Canada who is not from Quebec hates on Quebec so much. And I hate this because I'm from Quebec. But also I understand why.
Oh. I am coming for you. Okay.
Can I answer or not?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can answer.
It's either gonna be Germany, France, or Italy.
Ooh. I got a feeling that we keep forgetting to let Reaper answer.
Is it because
Yes.
I'm quiet, have a deep voice, a girl, and I'm under 18?
Oh.
Is it
Yeah,
any of those,
exactly.
or is it the fact that I'm American?
Oh yeah,
yes.
yeah, American. It's the other one, the Donald Trump one.
I shall be mean to every American I probably meet, including that Hayden guy I know. I should stop mentioning him.
I really feel
There's a lot of Americans I want to fight, and I live here.
I just have. Can I just ask a question real quick? Who's our target audience?
Anyone who's interested.
Anyone who as far as this.
I'm just doing this for fun, pretty much.
I'm just
anyone who listened up to here. You are our hero. Thank you so much. You deserve a cookie.
I'm here to goof off.
Yes, everyone who's still listening, tell us where you live, and I can come give you a hug and kidnap you and keep you in my basement. What? Nothing.
Please don't tell us where you live.
No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't tell any stranger on the internet where you live.
You can all trust me.
You cannot. I know Gabe outside of the. I know Gabe outside of the podcast. You cannot trust him.
Wow. Okay.
The closest anyone gets to where I'm from is country and state. That is it.
Yes.
Pretty
well,
much.
The state I live in is a pretty big place.
Okay. Wait. Have you answered yours already? Because I'm confused now.
I answered the question.
Okay. Then it's my turn.
Question. Yeah.
Yes. You know what? Next question. I feel like Reaper should answer first, so we don't forget her. Okay. My answer now. Okay. Okay. Favorite foreign country? Probably. I have a weird soft spot for like the UK, so England or even Scotland. which I'm not saying because I have 5 Scottish friends. No. But then again, it seems like
gonna
my
have to
friends
disagree with that.
Well, I'm unsure. I don't know why. I just have something for like the culture. Well, most movies I watch are like American or British.
Yeah, the UK is good for movies. The UK is good for like the culture.
I prefer actually British humor over American, but I like both. Sorry, Reaper.
I get it.
So either somewhere in the UK, one of those, or I don't know, Sweden. Sweden is nice, and it's not too far away from.
Sweden is just Norway with a fancy name. Okay, that's not fair.
Fine.
You can't just say that. It's not a foreign country.
Yeah, pretty much. Norway's weird brotherhood used to get attention, but Norway's like, look at me, I have oil. Okay.
I love how this episode is just us being racist.
Toward ourselves and everyone else.
Just towards every country.
Including our own. Probably. Yes. So yeah, foreign country. I don't 100%. Yeah, probably some
Europe or the UK.
Alright.
I don't know too much about Asian countries, so I can't really. Well, I like Japan though. So.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Next
moment of dead silence.
Who would? Okay, this I know who asked this, Mr. Starboy. Who would win in a fight? Who would win in a fight? Gabe, Reaper, Starbourne, or a grizzly bear? It would be tied between me and the grizzly bear. Okay.
Here's my logic. Okay.
Moving on. Okay.
No, let me speak. It's important. It's an important question.
Yes. Go on.
Technically, if it was like a tournament style where it was only one of us against the grizzly bear, then the grizzly bear would win definitely. If it was like a free-for-all and we were all fighting each other, I think that we would be smart enough to say, okay, if we don't all three focus on the grizzly bear will win. So I think that if we are coordinated enough, which we're not really, but if we were, we will be able. I really think we can take the grizzly bear three at once, and then it becomes which of us against each other.
Yes. Then again, if all of us three would fight against the grizzly bear, we probably would get a bit of damage, like clawing, but we might win. It is possible. People have done that before, fighting against bears. And of course, when it's just us three, of course.
I'm lacking.
I
know who would win between us three, honestly.
I think me and Reaper will just sit back while you try to fight the grizzly bear, and then when you inevitably die, me and Reaper will take on the grizzly bear, and then.
What will you do if I do win, though? What will do then?
If you do win, you'll be too harmed to defend yourself against us.
Yeah. And then there's you two, Canadian and American, the biggest fight of all time, probably. I don't know.
How tall are you guys?
Well, we both fought the British in the past, like in our history. Yeah. How tall am I? I'm 5'8".
Okay, Gabe, how tall are you?
I don't really use feet. I use centimeter and all that. But
how many centimeters are you? And I'll convert it.
Well, I do think I know in feet, but in centimeters, 1 meter and 78 centimeter, and apparently that's around like 5'11" ish, 5'10".
No, that's 3 foot. That's 3 foot and a half.
Yes. No, I'm 1 foot tall. I'm 1 foot tall.
I love how we just.
It's like.
Canonically, I like how canonically Gabe is just like some sort of immortal entity.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna do the little hidden lore thing too. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Yes, I was born before the
dying.
The reason I know so much about the Big Ben is because I was there when it happened, alongside Queen Elizabeth II.
She's immortal. She's gonna bury us all.
Yes,
she will.
But so am I. I'm probably.
You really want to
No.
talk about
I
immortal?
mean, yeah,
buddy?
she was. Well, the thing is, she was sucking the life force out of her husband/cousin, and now that, well, now
Wait.
which is why, and now he's dead. So now, what is she gonna do? That's a real question.
She's gonna find us as well. I'm the oldest one, apparently. Sadly.
I'm the youngest.
Anyway, let's go before we get distracted and talk about
I still
life
haven't-
and immortality and all that
answered
stuff.
The question on who would win in the fight.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yes. Yeah,
I'm over here doing the math.
Sorry, Reaper.
I'm over here doing the math and mapping out the logic of who would actually win this.
The worst part, I don't know how strong I am, but apparently I have been told that I am stronger than I look. But I just
I'm
feel
100% stronger than I look.
Yeah, I feel egotistical talking about how strong I am because I have gotten compliments. Like one time, I was baking something and apparently I was too strong. Yeah, chaos.
And
that was like 4th grade. Anyway, you can continue.
I was over here doing the math. You two are taller than I am.
I mean, that's to be expected, I think.
Yeah, you're probably like less than a foot tall.
How tall do you think I am? In realistically, not canonically. Canonically, yeah.
Realistically?
Okay. Are you
like
over
5'4"?
or under 5?
Yeah,
You think
obviously, Gabe. Either over or under 5 feet. That is all of the measurements.
Hold on, you only think I'm around like 5 foot tall?
Yes.
I said 5'4".
Okay.
Gabe said over or under 5 feet, which is everything. Except specifically 5 feet.
Yeah, something like
So like 5 foot. 5 foot to 5'4". I'm 5'7".
5'4", 5'5".
You're 5'7"?
I'm 5'7".
No, we're basically the same size, basically.
Yeah. But I can leg press 300 pounds.
Oh yeah, you'll beat my ass. That's not even a question.
And
You'll
I'm
just
half German.
You'll just one punch me. Just
Yes.
It's not going to take much to get you two on the ground and then manage to avoid the bear.
I don't. No, I think
realistically,
if we don't
I
work together for the bear will win. If you beat me and Gabe first, the bear will win.
Well, yeah, but I'm also American, and they teach us how to avoid a bear and survive a bear attack.
Yeah, but the point is not to survive the bear attack. The goal is to defeat the bear.
They taught us that too.
I don't. A fucking grizzly bear?
I didn't go through hunter-trapper education for nothing.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's
Nope. Yes, I have hunting licenses.
We need to remember that there are people listening. If we just say yes and no back and forth, it's not going to be interesting.
Next question.
Yeah, this one is also asked by Molly, who is
4'8", apparently, but I'm not going to talk too much about her. Why is...
Just stop just mentioning people.
Yeah, I should stop. Okay.
Why is blue
There's
green
2
when
questions.
it's cheese? Because tacos wear hats.
Yeah. Why is blue green when it's okay? Yeah.
Tacos wear hats for aliens.
I don't know. I don't know stuff about cheese.
I actually have an answer for that.
That question is kind of cheesy.
It's not an. I don't want to answer now.
I can hear just.
Do it.
Because I have an answer, and it's actually not related to the cheese. It's related to the color, and it's not a joke answer. It's an actual answer. So, no, it's important. Okay, so you know how, basically, there's no such thing as like blue or green. The reason why we give names to these colors is we just realize, this section of the color spectrum is different from this section, but everyone learned these colors differently, which is why sometimes people can disagree on whether something is blue or green when it's kind of like in the middle, because some people will see it as, learn that green included that. Some people will learn that blue included that. Interestingly, some languages actually group blue and green into one word and consider it one color. and other languages split blue into like cyan and like the dark blue kind of thing as two separate colors. So that just shows that colors are not. All right, sorry, I didn't know I was boring you.
Sorry, I
That was
Just-
such a loud sigh.
I'm doing it ironically.
Yeah,
Just-
you better.
Having fun.
Anyway, that's
What?
my answer. That's my answer. The reason why blue cheese is green is because everyone has a different definition of what green is. And some people see it as blue, some people see it as green, and it's okay.
So, person who asked that, Molly, if you ever need a teacher who you probably won't understand, just ask Star.
Hey, so mean.
It's great being mean. Yeah. So, do we just skip us two? Because I honestly don't know what to say.
I answered.
Do you, Reaper, have anything?
I had an answer.
Well, I don't.
And it was because tacos were aliens for hats.
Yes. Why is blue green when it's cheese? Because I peed on it. Next question. Chuma works, my tech friend. Checkmate. Okay. Best video game console. This is controversial. Best video game console.
I don't have any consoles. I play games on my laptop.
I was about to say, yeah, I think the best is PC, simply because
Yeah.
it's much easier to get access of and get access to different games. And also,
I have a Chromebook.
Also, yeah, no, not Chromebook. Chromebook is bad. Chromebook, no. But like, for example, my favorite game of all time, Antichamber, is I think only available on PC. By the way, if you've never played Antichamber, do it. What do you? That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say the same about PC because I feel if I say PlayStation or Xbox or I don't fucking know any any console, I feel I'm gonna get killed.
Well, the
Yeah.
good thing is if you say PC, you're going to get killed by both the PlayStation and Xbox fans. So you cover your grounds.
Yeah, the worst part is everything. The Wii stuff, the PlayStation probably, the Xbox, anything. I'm like, meh, I don't really care.
If I can use it to play Mario Kart, I will.
Yes.
That's a good point.
Did you answer now, Reaper? I'm just checking up. So
That was my answer. If I can play Mario Kart, I will.
Good. I don't. We can probably move to next question because what else is to add to it?
I think the next questions were from my friends who are really aggressive.
Yes.
Weird things.
Okay. How long would it take for someone to kill, pluck, and cook a children or a human?
This is
A chicken, I think. Not a children.
Not children. No. Unless they
Oh.
deserve
Actually-
it. No.
I actually
Also,
know
they're
the
doing
answer
it
to
for an
that.
experiment.
I actually know the
Oh,
answer to
okay.
that because
Depends on your
Go on.
method. Shouldn't be too long.
my partner is studies in like vet stuff, and so like they know exactly the answer, and it can be from 45 minutes if you're really trying to do it quickly, or realistically you
about-
could probably do it in
are
an
we-
hour for a chicken.
Oh, for
Or
a chicken.
chicken.
Okay.
Yes,
Has
a
she-
human
Wait.
probably takes
Has
as
she-
much time.
A human takes a little
They,
longer. But...
they, not she, they.
Grill a human.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too difficult.
The thing, a human, you could
I gotta
probably,
go do something.
Oh,
Continue this without me. I'll be back later.
all right. Okay.
We can always go.
Signing off for now. Yeah. You two just
Okay, Reaper
do
is gonna
whatever.
sign off for now. All right.
Yes.
Just,
We can always.
Bye, Reaper. We'll see you later.
We'll see you later. Hopefully.
So yeah, so what I was gonna say is, for a human, realistically, you could probably, like, if you don't mind about like getting caught, you could probably kill a human in the same time that you could kill a chicken. and then you don't really need to pluck a human. And to cook it, it's just the problem is with cooking the human. If you have infinite ovens, you could probably cut it in small parts, put it in multiple ovens, and cook it within an hour like a chicken. If you don't, it's probably going to take you much more time, much longer, probably like 12 hours.
I'm gonna call the cops on you when we're finished. Okay. Yeah, whatever you said, I honestly don't know what to say. I don't have much experience. I mean, no experience at all. I mean, and well, with chicken, I don't. With humans, it's been so long that I don't know. Anyway,
I looked at the question quickly beforehand so I could have some things prepared. Yeah.
Okay. The next question is, is diabetes damage over time? How hard would you punch a chicken to cook it? And that was when one was asked by a guy named Randy, one of Reaper's friends.
You should stop mentioning people. Like this is actually becoming a problem. Can you just stop saying people's names that are outside of this podcast? That would maybe be helpful. All right.
Well, I was honest with the first name.
So,
go on.
Hold on. What was the question? Yeah. So, what was the question again?
Is diabetes damage over time? How hard would you have to punch a chicken to cook it? Again, 2 questions. So the diabetes one first. Is diabetes damage over time?
I don't understand what that means. Damage over time. It's not. It's what?
Like you can live in it for years and years, probably. I don't know. What about
it doesn't do damage.
Yeah, it doesn't really do damage.
It's more like damage all at once at some point. Not really damage over time.
Yes. As I understand, diabetes is mainly like blood sugar and blah 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 blah. The worst part is I have 2 parents now with diabetes, but I don't know jack shit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So, like, I met people with diabetes, even one from, I don't know what it's gonna be called. It's at least school, 8th to 10th grade. So, as it's called in Norwegian, ungdomsskole. So yeah.
Something that's important with people with diabetes is that they can have basically an attack if they have not enough sugar and also if they have too much sugar. But both of them will basically look the same. But if you have like a child, for example, who has diabetes and is like, hey, I don't feel very good, you're better off giving them sugar first and then waiting a bit because basically if they go over, it's much less like dramatic and it takes a lot more time than if they go under. So you're better off making your base, making sure you're covered for not enough sugar. And then if they still are not feeling well, like 15 minutes later, then you can try to deal with the fact that they have too much sugar now.
Yes.
Something I learned in my first aid class, just FYI. Learning on GabeTV.
How many classes do you take? Okay, do we continue answering that question? Because
yeah, how hard for it to cook vary. Next question. Well, actually, you need to falcon punch it. That's the answer.
Yes, you need to do it very fast. Okay, this one was.
If you falcon punch, your fist is on fire, and then it cooks.
Wreck that! Okay, yes, okay. Yeah, you need to be very fast, like impossibly fast, I guess, for actually managing to actually do it.
If you punch it into an oven, you just need to punch it hard enough that it moves into the oven.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to punch it so hard, just enough to get it into the oven.
And if your fist's on fire, you can probably just punch it.
Yeah, but if my fist on fire, I'm going to the hospital because isn't like burning alive like number one most painful thing a human can survive?
Well, here's the thing. I have pyrophobia, and
I'm using
I have like
What?
I have a really intense fear of fire or anything that's hot.
Okay.
So this is
Ow.
making me extremely uncomfortable, and I'd like it if we get going.
Oh boy, if you know what, I'm gonna be kind. Just not keep talking about fire, the hot, burning, melting skin. I would. Okay, okay,
So fuck
okay. The
Oh
next.
fuck you.
Okay, the next question is from Rakdad, so not his real name, but I know who he is because we
You don't
work a
need
lot
to
together.
mention it.
But it's Rakdad. I must name Rakdad. He's. I like Rakdad. Okay, if he listens, this is gonna get awkward. I just realized that.
Go ahead.
Rakdad, sorry. Okay.
He's not
You can ask.
sorry.
Okay, he quoted me. You can ask us any question, and he asked me something very tear-breaking and sad. Are you sexually active? We both can answer this, but I'm gonna answer first. Oh, I'm saving this fun for later. Okay. I want to. Okay, I'm not gonna be serious at first. I'm gonna have fun with this. Well, a long time ago, both my
In a
parents
galaxy far, far
met.
away.
Yeah, in a galaxy far, far away. There was a woman and a man. The woman was about 26 years old. The man was about to turn 31.
Are you sure this is a
And
joke?
yes,
This
and they
is
met in a
extremely specific.
they met in the planet of Nagirskar, where the blonde Viking giants live, where they kill their Canadian neighbor Bleg Bleg.
Yeah, that totally makes
With
sense. Yep, keep
the
going.
triple sun system, of which they met, and the woman already had a child, and eventually they met more and more, and eventually, got together, because that happens when a man meets a woman, apparently, because I'm not safe from any woman. And
What are
so
you saying?
I don't know. And then one night on the planet of in the planet
They
of
had sex.
Dumas.
Okay, now my turn.
No,
So,
in the planet of Dumas, they had a child. That child was me, and now, 45 billion years later, I'm here on Earth, and I'm on Earth in the moon of Norway, and, and I on a building named the Internet. I met a girl, not a girl. What the hell is a girl? She was the species of female human, a rare,
species of
questionable
female
species.
human.
Yeah, nobody understands this female humans.
Oh,
The
please
male
don't
humans
make
are
that joke.
simple. Okay, I'm
Please,
sorry. Okay.
please don't. I'm sorry. It's just this joke
But
has
it's
been done so many times by like sexist
okay.
comedians. I'm tired of it.
I can fix it.
Sorry, keep going.
Okay. So, but it's known that the female human is far more intelligent than the Canadian male human, especially. And so, I now have a girlfriend, and yet I'm not sexually.
I feel like this is oversharing, but okay. Well, I'm not gonna give the actual answer. I'm just gonna give a joking answer. I was gonna say yes. This very moment, I am currently actively having sex. That was my joke.
Right now.
Right now, this exact moment, I'm constantly sexually active. I never stop. But
what? Okay, Sorry. Ignore that.
If we're going serious, I'm not going to talk about anything particular to me. I want to talk about something about the term of sexually active, because generally, what we define as sexually active is someone who has like penetrative sex, and I think that is extremely reductive. Like just in general, that is extremely reductive, and also that means that like a lot of couples just are not sexually active. Apparently, I think also we put a lot of emphasis on like the first time and not being a virgin and stuff like that. I think that is such bullshit, and we need to stop like being so obsessed with being sexually active.
Yeah. Like, I don't see the difference between people if they are virgins or not virgins. Like,
Exactly.
I don't
There
see the
is no
difference. Like, the only way I know if they tell me or something, which people do. I don't know why. People are just like, hey, Gabriel, I'm a virgin, by the way. Or I
Gabe,
have had a lot of women. 17.
Can I just tell you?
Yes.
You were exactly that 5 minutes ago. You were describing yourself. You just did that.
What?
Yeah, you just said, oh yeah, you just said on a podcast that anyone can listen to, by the way. You just said, oh yeah, I'm not sexually active, by the way, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. So yeah, yes.
So you
okay.
people who do that.
Yes.
That shouldn't have been the last question. You shouldn't have kept it as the last question, because obviously
yeah,
we were not
I forgot
going to
about the question. I forgot about the question.
So is that the end of the first segment? That's an extremely anticlimactic ending for the first segment.
Yes. Well, I did have this thing on checking real quick.
All right. You can cut some stuff too. Just FYI, like later on, you can edit the recording.
Okay, the new ones I put out a few hours ago hadn't been answered. So this, but the worst part is I have loads of questions back from January which I haven't answered. I said like I'm doing this for a video, and I never did that video. So
you should answer them.
Yeah, I probably should just now that I have the chance. Okay, there I don't fully know everyone who did, but I'm not gonna mention everyone. Oh boy, okay. The Molly from earlier has answered most of them. Okay, I'm gonna start from the very top. Okay, I have a feeling this is yours. Zombie apocalypse, but with vampires.
Yeah, that's mine. So here's the idea. Okay, this is gonna be a long question. Okay, here's the concept. There's a zombie apocalypse, but it's not zombies. It's vampires. Which means not like the Twilight kind, the actual like Dracula kind and stuff like that. Like it's vampires. Like they need to be invited in and stuff like that, but they're much smarter than zombies. So how do you deal with that? What's your plan for the vampire apocalypse?
Hello?
Apparently there's been some technical problems, so now we're picking back from where we left off. We should probably cut that sexually active question. Just I'm telling you before, like we actually do the thing, we should probably cut it off because yeah.
So yeah, zombie apocalypse, but with vampires.
Yes. So I'm gonna go back to my explanation. So it's like a zombie apocalypse, but instead of zombies, it's vampires. So that means that they burn in the sun. They're allergic to garlic. They're all of the vampire stuff, but also they're immortal and they're very smart, much smarter than zombies. So it basically changes completely the idea of the zombie apocalypse and what your plan should be. So now the question is, how do you survive a vampire apocalypse? Also, they can hypnotize you. That's true. And when they can mind control, they do that.
Yeah, probably a lot of moving, especially during the day, because they burn in the sun and everything. So probably move a lot during the day and during the night, and bring crosses, everything as everything you can, even bears, and just kill that sons of bitches. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Just move a lot best.
But the question, actually, I think the question becomes mostly because one of your best defenses against vampires is just being inside your house, because they need to be invited in to be able to get you.
Yeah.
So the question is, what defines a house? Because theoretically, could you consider that like a van is a house?
I don't know.
Well, why do vampires need to be invited in? Actually, I think it's actually because like I may be completely wrong about this. I'm just speculating, but it might have to do with the crosses. Like if you put a cross on your front door, they can't, go through that doorway unless they're invited in. Kind of like how you can invite in demons, but like stuff like that. So maybe as long as you have a cross above a doorway, they can't enter unless they're invited in.
What if you're like?
So in that case,
what if you believe in other religions? Then what do you do then? Then you have to go buy crosses. Like, hello, I believe in this religion. There are vampires. I need a cross because I don't know. They hate Jesus or something. I do not know.
Yeah, vampires. Why are vampires so Christian? That's the actual question. The real vampires are the Christians. That's the actual answer. Christians are actually vampires. That's the solution.
Okay. I had a joke, but I realized it was probably too offensive.
Oh God.
I don't feel. I can always cut it out if it's too offensive.
Yeah.
What if it's like a Jewish vampire? You just take up like swastika, like ha. That was it. That was pretty much it.
Oh my God, that is
vampires.
That is so much worse than I expected. Jeez.
You need to have like
wow.
You need to have like every symbol you can over to your doorway, just in case.
I did not expect.
Oh,
I need a minute. Jeez. I thought you. Yeah, cut that one out. What? Yeah, you cut it out. Oh God.
Oh.
That is bad. That is so bad.
Yes.
Wow.
But now I know what to do if I make a dark comedy. No.
Next one.
Yeah, okay. It seems every time I do this, I sort of get a weird bug going on, so I might just take the images and send them over on Discord, but yeah, I'll try. I'll just be real quick. Okay. Who's your favorite doctor? Probably Doctor Who doctors.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's not like who's your favorite medicinal doctor.
I'm pretty sure they mean like Doctor Who. So
yeah.
This is gonna get difficult. I'm not fully aware. I have a weird thing for like Peter Capaldi or Paul McGann or everyone, including Jodie, sort of. Just I have a weird thing for Capaldi and McGann. Paul McGann has an excellent voice, and this is not just me being weird. This is a general compliment. His voice just.
I agree.
Yeah. If there's one doctor who would be trapped in audios, it's great that it's Paul McGann.
I agree so much. Personally, my favorite doctor is Peter Capaldi, but I do want to point out that people get very mad if you don't have the same favorite doctor as them. And I think that it's just every doctor has a different vibe. And honestly, I think every doctor is like amazing. I haven't seen a doctor that I actually hate. Peter Capaldi is the only one that is over everyone else, but everyone else is very, very close second.
Oh, in an interview back in like 2013 about the 50th anniversary, it was with Tom Baker, and he pretty much said that there hasn't been a bad Doctor Who. So yeah, there hasn't really been a bad Doctor Who.
That was an amazing impersonation of Tom Baker.
I know. I have a friend who does like, it's perfect, pretty much, and yeah. But he's not here, so he's not gonna judge me.
Also, stop mentioning people.
Well, I didn't say their name.
That's true.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's. how long does something have to be dead to be considered archaeology?
That's such a good one. That's
So-
a good question.
Yeah, so how long does something have to be dead to be considered archaeology?
Well,
I don't know.
I think it just needs to be from, you need to be able to learn from it. So it needs, basically, everyone who lived while this person lived needs to have been dead, first of all. Everyone who
yes.
was alive when that person was alive needs to also be dead.
Person? Nah.
Everyone who was alive when that animal was still alive needs
Yes,
to also
agree.
be dead.
Yeah, like
Because you need to be able to gather information from it for it to be archaeology. Or else you're
Yeah.
just grave robbing.
so let's say I die, become a fossil, and let's say a good while, a few good
Like-
years. Let's say 50. Let's say I become
I don't think 50 is enough.
500.
I was gonna say 200. I think 500 is also reasonable.
Let's say 200 to 500 years after I die, and let's say they do get enough information. Like, for example, let's say I get fucking stabbed, and like in the back or in the back of the shoulder or something. I don't. That's other specific. Okay. So would that be considered archaeology?
If they can gain information from it, then yes.
Yeah,
If
like
it's like-
how old I was when I died and so on, and how I died and blah
Yeah,
blah
because
blah.
I think there are multiple types of like archaeology. Like archaeology of like studying how species evolved over time, which then you need to have like millions of years. Or it can be like trying to understand how previous civilizations lived, and then you need much less time.
Yes. Then okay,
I think
let's
actually
say
I'm gonna rephrase my 200. I think it's probably more like 1,000 years,
so.
so
But
that
what if I?
civilization also has time to advance.
Okay, so. Okay, so. What would be the amount of time for it to be considered archaeology? Because what if I do die and get very well preserved, and let's say only as short as 100 years after I die, would that be considered, or would that just be, it's a dead 19-year-old? Let's just abandon.
Well, I think for it to be archaeology, there actually needs to be two criteria. First criteria, everyone who was alive when that person was alive needs to also be dead. Second criteria, civilization needs to be a point where
It's different.
it's considered different. So in that case, like if we go in the past, we could say pretty much like if we go like before like very much in the past, that could be as long as 1,000 years. But in recent years, I think it's more close to 100 years because civilization is going extremely fast. But also lifespans are extending. So maybe right now we're pretty much at the lowest point where people who die now will become archaeology the fastest because people still die on pretty much around 100 years old, and civilization is fast enough that in about 100 years or 150 years, civilization will be unrecognizable from what it is right now.
Yeah.
And then, but in the future, lifespans will become longer, and then that specific time will start to extend a bit more. Right now, we're like at a dip, where if you die now, you're going to become archaeology very fast. That's my answer.
So let's say, okay, so let's say, I don't know how far in the future, but let's say humans get the ability to live 1,000 years, even though it's,
it could be possible.
But, just quite unlikely right now.
Yeah, obviously not right now, but in the future.
Far in the future, we're not going to be alive, I hope. I think.
So I think for right now, if you were to die right now, you would become archaeology in about 100, 150 years.
Yeah. So, but let's say if I okay, what? Okay, this is taking a while. Okay, let's say if I die right
okay.
now, like right now as we're recording this, which would be quite dramatic. Actually,
That would be an amazing first episode. That would be.
yeah. But how would that? Wait, that would be for you, considering you were the only person talking to me.
That would be
It would
terrible.
be a
And
bit.
I can't even end the recording. You have to end it.
Oh,
That would be so
oh.
dark. I don't like that.
Just suddenly someone spots my corpse and just see a call and like, just like, it's been 2 hours. What's happened? Oh, he's dead. Oh, okay. Goodbye. Nah, I don't think that will happen.
just that. Oh.
Oh, hello,
Like,
Gabe.
finally.
Gabe's dad. Is he dead?
Finally.
I can leave after 45 hours.
Finally, the poison took effect. Jeez.
Yes, but okay, I got sidetracked earlier. Let's say if I die right now, and let's say they discover my corpse after, let's say, 1,000 years, and I'm considered archaeology and all that. If they had the ability to resurrect me, would I be considered archaeology, or would it just that title?
Just who? I think. Well, you'll most likely a different entity with the same memories. I think you'll. Oh, well.
Let's say if you resurrect a caveman with everything from that caveman's life up till his death is pretty much the same.
I think you would be considered archaeology. The reason being that you can still bring information about past civilizations. Having like now, actually, you have more. You're more of archaeology because now you can actually tell them how it was like.
But then again, language would probably be a bit different. Not, let's say, 1,000 years from now, it probably would. Well, it is gonna be different, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I
Language
think you can still communicate even though there's a language barrier.
Yeah, so I did remember hearing theory like a few thousand, that languages are gonna die out, which of course, but eventually I heard somewhere that probably like in a few thousand years, like three languages that will remain is Spanish and French. I don't know. I think one of those three. So I'm gonna die out. Oh shit. Yeah, but yeah. If I was to be discovered and I only spoke those three languages, English, Spanish, and French.
Well, it
I only
wouldn't be
speak
the exact
English.
same languages. It wouldn't be the exact same languages. It would be a variation of them, kind of like how in Shakespearean time language was different from now, and that's only a few hundred years. If you go 1,000 years, language will have evolved a lot. It won't be. I don't think it will even be considered English. I think it would just be considered a new language. Kind of like Germanic languages no longer exist because they evolved into German and English, or Proto-Indo-European languages just evolved into our languages.
Yeah, I love how this went from being about archaeology to just language and.
That's okay. We don't have to stick to all the questions.
Yeah.
Chat about stuff.
Yeah, it's fun. Okay, let's. Okay, I want to keep. Let's say you die, because I'm not going to use myself right now, because I feel like I do that way too much. I need to do something about that. Let's say you die. Let's say you don't get any. Let's say you get heart failure. Let's just say heart failure out of the blue.
Yeah.
And then let's say
you're writing in a death note right now.
Yes, I am.
Like,
let's say
a million die at precisely 1601.
Yes. So let's say 1 million years from now, you just wake up and people are just like, "Oh my god, it worked!" Just different language, because 1 million years.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Probably not. I personally think it won't be verbal anymore. I personally think there's probably going to be a different way of communicating, because verbal communication is bad for multiple reasons. For people with audio processing difficulties, or just people who are deaf or hard of hearing. So I think it's probably going to become something different than that.
Suddenly,
But
in
yeah.
your mind, you just hear voices like, "Hello, we have resurrected you after 1,000,000 years."
I don't think it will be biological. I think it will be technological. So I don't think that I will be able
Yeah,
to understand what they're saying. It will be
like let's say
only
they have
for
something
people
in the
that
brain just messaging you, just like.
but I don't think I
Mm,
will be able to receive it because I'm not
yeah,
equipped with the
okay.
same
Let's
technology.
say they have resurrected you, but it's sort of in and they sort of let's say they get their brain thing in there just so I can communicate much easier.
Okay. Okay.
Let's also say it sort of translates for you. I don't want to get into details about the technology because it's 1,000,000 fucking years.
That's so long.
If I knew how to do that, I'd be the next Elon Musk and say, "I've now translated every language with just something in your mind." Haha.
Yeah, most likely there's not even going to be humans in 1,000,000 years.
Yeah, but let's say if there was humans, just
Sorry, I keep
evolving.
your but let's say that no, that's not possible. Let's say that no, that's not what's gonna happen. Sorry.
Oh boy!
I'll
Imagine
let
if they
you.
prepared to. Oh my god! Oh my god! What if they was preparing to resurrect you and they were having they had you alive just asleep and they had sort of timer for when they're gonna wake up and something goes wrong and humanity dies out and let's say a good few years, let's say 5 years
Oh,
after humanity is gone, you just wake up just in a box and
oh,
like and you get out
I
and
hate
just
that.
see everything. Like, oh my
That's
god. Hello,
that's
hello, Queen
that makes me
Elizabeth.
think.
You're alive. Okay.
That makes me think of like a story that I thought of at some point. I think would be very dark. Okay, imagine you have like a
Yeah.
fatal illness. You're about to die. You're put in a cryogenic chamber.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you just wake up and all the ice is melted. So you're just like underwater in
Mm-hmm.
like a tub. And if you manage to get out, which first of all, congratulations, you realize there's just no power. So it just melted and you woke back up. And there's just no one left.
Yeah.
That is terrifying to me. And someone should make a movie about that.
Yeah, like you're all alone, but okay, let's say humanity dies out, okay, it probably wouldn't be just everyone on a snap. It would probably but let's say you are one of the last people ever and there's power and everything is sort of going out gradually, but you mentioned send a signal around the world, blah blah blah. I don't know how. And then suddenly you get a signal and it's from a girl and it's the only girl you've seen in a long time, but they live all the way to the other side of the world. What would you do then? Because humanity would die out and you
So
find out
only
woman.
one person from across the world?
Yeah, let's say just one has responded. Or at least managed
From
to.
across the world? Well,
Yeah.
it
That would be
seems
one hell of a signal.
I
I didn't
don't.
think about that. Yeah.
Well, the thing
Okay, let's say other
the
side of
thing
the country.
other side of the country. You do realize I live in Canada, right? Other
Yeah,
side of the
it's
country is
big.
basically the other side of the world.
Yep. Okay, let's say a few. I don't know.
A few feet
Okay, the
away.
max amount of limit that's acceptable to you then. Grr.
Oh, well, if it's the limit that's acceptable to me, then it will be acceptable to me, and I'll just try to meet them.
Yeah. Okay, let's say it would, but let's say it would take at least days or weeks to get there to them.
Okay, well, realistically, I would probably try to prioritize my own survival first.
Yeah.
But if I've sent a signal to try to get in contact with people, it's probably been a while, and I've already kind of set up. And I'd most likely just try to like set up, like probably find a van, get some stuff, and I'll try to get to that signal.
Yeah, so yeah, let's just I'm making a weird story about you in like weird future.
This is really fun. I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Okay,
I
so
think
let's say you've been surviving for a long time. Let's say 5 years. There's still some humans, but you can't always see them, and they're for themselves, and you know what probably would happen. And let's say you let's just say you're in a van, you're just driving around, and suddenly, after a long time, you see one. Let's say, what if you meet a kid who has lost both their parents? What would you do? Everyone is mostly dead except you and some random kid you found.
Obvious. And first, well, I'm gonna probably adopt them because they're gonna die outside. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're a kid. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna adopt them. I don't think they will take that many resources because they're a kid, and also I love kids because they're great.
Yay. Yeah, I also love kids. They're wonderful. Shit.
You said this in a much more creepy voice than I did. I was like, oh yeah, I love kids. You're like, oh yeah, I love kids too. I was like, jeez.
I don't know why that keeps happening. Like, I'm not a pedophile. I'm pretty sure about that.
I hope not.
Yeah, if I was, you'd probably figure it out by now. I'm just gonna be honest. You probably would, because I probably wouldn't be a good one.
Can we stop talking about you potentially being a pedophile?
Yeah, it's weird for me too. Okay, future stuff, I guess, or time travel, maybe.
Ooh.
Okay, let's say something happens. Like, I watch a show on HBO, at least Nordic one. I don't know if it's in any other one, called Beforeigners, where it's in Norway, but it's concept is all from the past, at least 3 different time periods. The Stone Age, the the Viking 1800s. People from those 3 times just appear in our time. They don't know how and why, and like, imagine that happened. People from the Stone Age, the Viking ages, because it's happened through centuries, and so and then the 1800s. People from the 1800s probably have it much easier though, compared to Vikings and Stone Age people.
Well, they had different problems, mostly capitalism.
Oh boy, yeah.
That was the bad time where you like people married for profit and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh.
There was a huge disconnect of rich and poor people.
Yeah, so there would probably be a bit of like culture shock, just time travel related.
Yeah.
But then
probably
again,
a lot of racism.
Oh boy, yeah. Do you think there also would be some sort of racism towards people from other time periods? Like, get back to your own time.
100%.
Yeah.
Humans are extremely prone to hating other people.
Yeah, like, but then again, what would you do if, let's say, you meet someone from the 1800s and you find somehow like your great grandfather or something like that, and what would you do if you just suddenly met one of your relatives from the 1800s suddenly, like, hello, I'm your relative from the 1800s?
Well, first thing, I'm not gonna kill them.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna try to keep them alive until they go back to their own time period.
Yeah, I would try and befriend them. Like, to be honest,
I don't think I would actually. I don't mind that. I don't care that much about like relatives. It's like, oh, cool, you have the same last name as me, and I have part of your genes.
Yes, just many generations into your future.
Yeah, I don't think it changes that much.
Let's also say we don't know of a way to bring them back, so they're pretty much stuck in our time. Yeah, how do you think that would go up? Like, let's say you walk across this. Oh no. Like, well, I don't know what it's called. Like, people go to the door and they're like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Jesus? Imagine that with Vikings. Like, have you heard about our Lord Odin?
Have you heard about Odin and his and Thor and Loki?
And his son Thor, Odin's son, and his brother Thor, and Odin's brother Loki, because Loki is actually Thor's uncle, apparently. Because Marvel has some mistakes So yeah, Loki isn't
Yeah,
actually
some mistakes,
those-
like when they said that having gamma rays turns you into a green monster when you're angry.
Yeah, that's one obvious, but like Norse mythology, there's a lot of mistakes actually. I don't fully know them
Yeah.
all, but I do. I love Norse mythology, which is yet again a bit ironic considering I am from Norway. And I know for a fact I have Viking blood in my DNA. I know for a fact.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
my genes are weird. Like I've heard Vikings, different other warriors that I don't remember the names of. Some Scottish too from far back, and yeah, if I get a chance to do a DNA test, I'm doing it because I'm so curious about my genealogy. But
Yeah.
wait, wouldn't you too figure out like suddenly you find out you have relatives in I don't fucking know. Just a random country. Like, let's say a country you did not expect. Like, let's say you learn that you have relatives in fucking the North fucking Pole. Okay, let's say you had
North
relatives
Pole.
in. Okay, let's say you find out you had relatives in like Russia.
Ooh.
I just said a random
Yeah.
country, and Russia was the first that came to mind. So yeah,
Yeah.
like that would be interesting. Like finding out you have relatives from different countries like that, especially if with countries you did not expect. And
yeah, it would be interesting.
Yeah, and it would. And let's. Nah, okay. Oh, I feel it controversial to say, but like finding out like back, like you have a family member back in like the 1700s who have like different race than you, and eventually, became more and more, white and blah blah blah. That does happen.
Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah.
I think I'm more likely to be. My relatives are more likely to be slave owners than slaves, if we're being honest. But
yeah, same. Norway. I know thousands of years ago, Norway was amongst one of the first to do slavery, which was like, oh my god, I did not expect that. But then again, pretty much every country was like dark back in the days, but so you can't look
that's
at
not
it
an excuse. That's not an excuse.
Yeah, but then again,
no. Then again, no. That's not a no. That's
okay. I'll stop. I'm having too much fun.
You can be like, well, everyone was having slaves back then. It was okay.
Yeah, everyone had slaves, including my grandma.
Political correctness gone mad. Well, no, we can't even own slaves.
Yeah.
By the way, I just want to point out that was sarcastic. Just want to make sure that everyone is clear that was sarcastic.
I do nothing but sarcasm at this point, but I'm having a thing where I'm going back and forth all the time, so sometimes I don't even know myself. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Back to time travel, because those things I wanted to say. Okay, let's say you or maybe both of us, not at the same place, but unless suddenly I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's say you have a normal day. Let's just say you're going out of the toilet and something normal. I don't know why I used that as an example. So yeah, let's just say you're pretty much doing nothing at the moment, and suddenly you just see a big flash, and suddenly you're like a few centuries back in time. Like, okay, let's say you've been transported to a different country as well. Let's say just suddenly is in the ocean, and you get picked up by a group of Vikings. What would you do?
Ooh. Probably die.
Yeah. Or
because they're Vikings.
Yeah. But imagine, okay, let's say it had happened to a few people, and some actually sort of just live life just in different time periods. Like, let's say, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but let's say you end up back in time, and eventually you get sort of captured by Vikings, but they don't kill you, and suddenly you're in their village, and you see me living my life, and I barely recognize you. Like, oh, I met you 5 years ago. I've been stuck in this time period for 5 years. Why am I talking like this? What the fuck?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like-
I thought you meant that you were an immortal being, because
Oh yeah.
you're determined that you're actually
Imagine if all that wasn't actually a joke. Like I was actually immortal, and I've been alive for millions or billions of years.
Yeah, that's the fact.
That would be something.
It would be something.
Yes. Like imagine you travel back in time out of curiosity. You were just gonna observe, but you would, let's say, you saw Vikings studying them from afar, hope not to get spotted, and suddenly I'm there and I don't. I'm very serious. No, I am Viking. I speak in North. Roll my R's. That it's okay. That sounded like I roll my butt, and I feel like I sound like I try to impersonate a Scottish accent. Oh boy!
Are you gonna finish your hypothetical, or are you just going on a story right now?
Yeah, I'm doing it. So yeah, let's say you get back in time, and you meet and you meet someone with my face on them. They have my face, but they would be pretty much like anyone else from that time period. And I do not know who you are.
Oh.
So yeah. So you're in
I
the
probably assumed they were an ancestor.
Yeah. Oh boy! Imagine though if you travel in their future, but still the past for us. Like, let's say you travel to the 1500s and you still see me around and like, oh, it's you from 500 years ago. Then it probably get weird. And imagine my voice probably.
What if I go in 1800 first and you're just like, oh, that's you from 500 years ago? They're like, what are you talking about? And then later on, I go to the Viking era and you're like, who are you? And I'm like, oh, this time travel allows that.
Yes, just like, okay. Oh no! Imagine if you went to like when, let's say, Homo sapiens started to appear, and you find out one of the very first ones, and it's me. It's just me. Just that. Oh no! That would mean I'd probably be very naked. Oh, that would be awkward. Oh boy!
I don't think it would, because you would not.
For me, it wouldn't be awkward because it would be norm for me, but for you, it probably would be a bit awkward just seeing a random internet friend, if I can consider.
I'd probably get used to it very quickly. Obviously, first of all, I was like, oh, that's a penis. But then, like, after a while, like, yeah, that's a penis.
Yes, and it's the norm for this time. Oh no! Imagine if I talk like, do you like mammoth? Mammoth?
You would not talk like that. Actually, you would probably not talk. You probably
just
like.
What about noises like
Probably. That's actually a good question. I don't think you would grunt as much as people think that you would. You'd be like an animal, basically. You would, like, in the way of speaking, you would mostly do like gesture.
You
would just grunt to like get my attention or to scare away predators, but you wouldn't grunt just in general. You would mostly just use hand gestures and stuff like that.
Yeah. What would you do then if Stone Age me or whatever the hell would just start and attacking me like?
You start attacking me?
After you would. I would probably treat you like a wild animal and try to like. Let's hope you wouldn't do that today if you were to meet today or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Just treat me like you would any person, really. Just internet friend related, I guess. Like meeting a friend from the internet, like, oh hey, it's you. You're in Canada now. I hope you get back soon. Okay, that's annoying. It's almost like you don't want me to be there. Like, can you go back to Norway now? No. Why? Money.
You're annoying.
Yes. Okay. I want to do something ridiculous now, like time period related. Okay, let's say you
I think we should probably go to the next question because we've explored this hypothetical for a while.
Yeah.
And now we're not asking actual questions, we're just stating things.
This one is from Kat herself from January. So yeah, why is vanilla ice cream white when a vanilla bean is something apparently? Because it.
Yeah, well, a vanilla bean is brown.
Mhm.
I think they just add
Oh, yeah.
coloring.
Yeah.
Because the flour is white, but inside it's brown, and then they just add coloring.
Yeah. That's it, basically.
That's why.
Yo. Oh, that hypothetical was fun. Yeah.
Next question.
Okay, this one is also from Cat Reaper. Did we invent math or discover it?
That's a great question. I think realistically that's a good question. I think we invented most. I think. Hold on, Gabe, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, I thought I disconnected. I think.
Yeah. It seems every time I go back to check the questions, some bug might happen. But yeah, if I just remember to go back every now and then, it keeps me there. Yeah. Okay.
I think. Yeah. So I think personally, I think math is invented. I think it does follow a set of rules that were discovered, but I still think that it's not as universal as a lot of people think it is. Like if we destroyed everything about math, it would probably appear again. But that doesn't. But I think that it's just because that's a good question. I don't know. I just realized I do not know.
Maybe a bit of both.
Yeah, I think I think reducing it to either being invented or discovered is very limited. Because I think math is not an actual thing. Because math is not an actual thing, but it still has been discovered. It's something.
Yeah, to sort of understand stuff. I guess.
But that we're most likely to invent again if it was destroyed. So I think it's kind of like in the middle.
Yeah. Okay, I should check next question. This is nope. Okay. This is in German. I do not speak German, and no. Okay. Why do you park on a driveway? Why do you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway?
Because English is dumb. Next question.
Sorry, what was that? Because my audio.
I said because English is dumb. Next question.
Yes. Sprichst du das? I do not speak German. I do not speak Italian. Okay, thoughts
Reaper
on
should be
unicorn.
Here.
Okay.
When we need Reaper.
Well,
I said when we need Reaper, she's not there.
Okay. Thoughts on unicorns and how do you feel about the raging evil unicorn cult? This is probably I know who this probably is. Okay, so
I don't understand the question.
Okay, so what are our thoughts on unicorns and some evil unicorn cult that I made up with a friend a long time ago? Just have fun with the idea. Just make up some evil unicorn cult.
I think that unicorns. I think people like because the interesting thing about unicorns is, as a mythology, they evolved a lot. Because even now, like in internet culture, unicorns are still evolving as a mythological being into something that is completely different than what it originally was. Now it's like, unicorns and rainbows and kittens. But it was not that originally. So I think it's interesting. It has nothing to do with the question, but I just think it's interesting how mythology is still evolving.
Mm-hmm. And the evil unicorn cult. Oh boy, they're bad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Next question.
So.
Librarian Ducklord when?
I don't think that has its place on the podcast. I don't think we should talk about that on the podcast, personally. It's your call. But I think the podcast should be separate from the librarian stuff.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I know who answered that, and to be honest, I do not know, but I love the idea of librarian being a duck. I just do. Okay, and we should probably move on. The librarian can be mentioned in some different episode. I talk about myself. Or get injured, but yeah. Oh. If you had to choose between killing a baby and an old lady, who would you choose? If you had to choose between killing a baby and an old lady, who would you choose?
Old lady.
Yeah. That was it.
It just makes. Yeah, you asked it. I just want to tell the person who asked this question. You asked this question to two autistic people. We're gonna answer it logically. We're not gonna go into. We're just gonna be logically. It makes more sense to kill the old lady. So there you go.
Yes, whoever asked that, I don't even know who asked that because it doesn't say. Okay.
Next question.
Murder, yes or no? Yes. Okay. Nah.
You like?
Nah.
I didn't. What's the question?
Murder, yes or no?
Oh, no.
Yes. That's it. Like I don't want to kill anyone. That includes accidentally.
I also think that it includes if it is being made by the government. I'm gonna do a hot take here.
What?
I think that the government. I know.
Okay, go on.
The thing is, the government seems to think that. No, there's a reason I'm mentioning the government, okay? Because we're talking about murder here. And murder, apparent in society, is sometimes just okay because it's from the government. For example, the death sentence or war in general. And I think that both of these, even though we know they're bad, I don't think we realize that we're literally killing people. We're doing a murder, but it's okay because it's to protect others. That's not how it works. It doesn't protect anyone. It's just creating more killing.
Like, I know when, that Saigon episode of the 12th Doctor, what he mentioned, just sit down and talk. Like, I agree.
Exactly.
Like, what? Like, every soldier has a life. They probably have a partner, some of them, most of them, I guess. It seems.
Actually, not most of them. They try to get people who do not have partners, who are not married.
Yeah. At least those who do, and those who don't have, they do have a family and loved ones and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
So
they have no humans. The thing is, there used to be multiple species of humans in the only reason why our specific species survived, like in caveman times, the only reason our specific species survived is because we're so prepared to kill. We have a drive to kill other people. We have a drive to kill anything that's different. And when so basically the only reason why we survived is because we killed every other species of humans. And now there's only one species of humans, but it's the one that killed everyone. And so we still have that drive to kill things that are different, which is where racism comes from, where sexism comes from, where ableism comes from, where war comes from, where all of these different things come from. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It's not defending anyone. You're just inciting violence.
Like, if you let's just say you kill some random soldier, no matter what nationality they're from, just in general. Let's say they have a wife, and before that soldier went away to war, that soldier did sort of make his wife pregnant without knowing it. The wife does have his kid, but then again, let's say the soldier get killed by some guy, just because soldiers just pretty much and tell them to the generals and so forth.
Yeah, well, they have to. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you
they
have to. As a soldier, you get killed is because the guy in front of you doesn't want you to kill them first.
Yeah, it is sad though.
You're getting killed. The reason why the reason why this soldier got killed and cannot go back to his family is because the other soldier wanted himself to go back to his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The killer also has a family and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't really have a choice.
Exactly.
Just doing what is told. And that I am thinking about that World War One, the Christmas tree.
Actually, I have a fun fact about that, and my partner told me.
Oh boy. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's actually it's more interesting than that. It's not that at Christmas they started singing and then they stopped. That's not how it happened. It's because you got to remember that for multiple years they always went back to the battlefield and they shot at the same people. It's not just shooting at people; it's shooting at the same people. Every time you go to the battlefield, you're shooting at the same guy. Next time is because you missed the shots when you were shooting at him. After that, when you repeat that action so many times, humans, the way that we think, the way our psychology works, is we're gonna be more willing to try to stop. Like if you keep shooting at the same person the whole time, at some point you're gonna stop shooting at him, and that's what happened actually in November, not in December, in November in World War One, and it wasn't just one time. Once they stopped across like every battlefield, they just never shot again. They kept just not shooting at each other until the war finished. It's not just at Christmas.
Yeah.
So it's actually more, and it's not the only time it happened. It happened in a lot of wars, especially long wars, just because that's how psychology works.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just think that's really interesting.
Okay. Okay, this one is a bit of a dark one, I feel, but if I just use you as an example because you're someone else than me, and that's pretty much the only reason why. Let's say you have a loved one who becomes a soldier and goes to war, and let's say they do get killed, but let's say you had the ability to know who killed them. How would you feel if you then met the person who had killed your loved one? Let's say you had a sibling who went to war and just died, and you met the person who is responsible for their death. And how do you think you would handle that situation, like meeting someone who had killed one of your loved ones?
I think I think it'd be easier to sleep at night knowing who did it, but I will absolutely not blame them.
Yeah. They're just dangerous. And I'm reminded of like the song, like war, what is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
War, what is it good for? Increasing domestic manufacturing.
Hey.
That's a Bo Burnham joke. I just want to say it before I get called out on it. Yes, it is a Bo Burnham joke. It is not my original joke. I know it.
Yes. Questions. Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck all the wood it could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. Next question.
Favorite murder method?
Not. Next question.
How many? It's her again. How many murdered?
0. Next question.
Oh, this is okay. This one is I'm gonna ask. Only thing. Okay, I'm gonna answer this one first because it's my girlfriend now apparently.
Oh.
Are you This one is from January, so it's a bit outdated. Are you going to watch Fate the Wings saga? I have, because you, my girlfriend, you got me to watch it because you always find a way to make me do stuff. Haha.
I thought it was gonna be so much more sweet than that. Than just you always find a way to make me do stuff. I thought you were gonna say something cute. Okay, are you there? Gabe. Gabe, are you still there?
Yes, I am. Ah, I'm sweating. Okay. It was.
Can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you
Or could
hear
you
me?
hear me? Yes, but could you hear me earlier? Like when
Yes.
there's a glitch. You can hear me calling
Yes, I
out your
can.
name?
Yes, I can always hear you. It's just me apparently despairing. Okay. The last question I saw was, can I spam questions? To be honest, at this
Sure.
point, because we don't get too many questions. We haven't really gotten that many questions at all.
Yeah.
So just do it so we have something to answer. Even if it's a joke, just do it, please.
Yeah, because it's fun for us.
Do it for mommy and daddy. Okay, I'll.
No, please, though. You just ruined it. Come on.
Yes. Okay. You know what? I want
are we gonna wrap up the episode? Do you want to
Yes.
can we take a little 5 minutes to talk about what happened and just do a little conclusion? So
we can do a little conclusion, and we can also mention things for the future. Maybe, I don't know. Teasy.
Yeah, we could mention some stuff. Yeah. So next episode, I think I will be the one hosting it, right?
Yes.
In theory, I should host it next episode. Yes. Okay. That's good. I did notice something actually. I think the podcast is much more coherent when there's only 2 of us. I think that maybe we shouldn't be all 3 in each episode. I think it's good that we were 3 in the first episode, but in next episodes, maybe either we just let each other talk, which we don't seem to do a lot, or we lower the number of people at each episode. That's just my personal opinion. What do you think about that?
As
well as being the first because as well as being the first episode, it's also our pilot, so we can still fix stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, because Reaper did vanish, so I am a bit unsure if she'll keep vanishing. Because I
don't think she will. I don't think she will. I think it was just a specific moment now.
Yeah.
We'll just make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, I want to give her at least one chance.
Also just this recording time is very much we picked middle of the day in the school week, so
yeah. So she can probably get it much easier in the weekends, I guess.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can talk for her about what's gonna happen. I'm just excited for her to come back on the next episode.
Yes.
Yeah. So personally, I had a lot of fun making this podcast. I don't know about you. I think that's a really fun podcast. I think.
Yeah, I like to talk to people, so I'm probably gonna find people to talk to.
And now you need to edit this whole thing and cut out a bunch of stuff. So good luck.
No.
And also, thank you for everyone who sent us questions. It is extremely appreciated. Hopefully, you like this podcast. Let us know some stuff that you liked or disliked about it. We'll try to fix some stuff. We're still trying to figure things out. Hopefully,
I'll try to be more appropriate. Probably, I can't promise anything.
Hopefully, in the future, this becomes more coherent and it makes more sense and it's more enjoyable for you guys because we make this for you. So just tell us if you think there's things that we can change. We're gonna try to change them. Other than that, I think that was a pretty good first episode. Do you want to figure out a title before we head off? I think that's a good idea. We should at the end of each podcast decide what we should call it.
The pilot? I don't.
Well, what did we talk about a lot? We talked about
time travel.
time travel. We talked about a lot of time travel. It was mostly about answering
apocalypse.
questions.
Yeah, questions.
It's mostly about answering questions. So it's mostly about
Episode
interacting with
1,
the community.
question time, and other stuff.
That would work. Episode 1, the question quest.
Yes. The question
Yes?
quest. Yeah, it'll work. Probably.
Hey! Alright. So apparently my title is bad, but hey.
But I didn't say that. I just said it might
it'll
work. Probably. Okay. So yeah.
Alright.
Also, to viewers, if you have any requests, just even if
Yeah.
it's stupid, just send requests. Even if you feel it's stupid, it might not be stupid for us. For all we know, we might enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I plan to do something where I invite Gabe's girlfriend and Reaper's siblings to act as lie detectors, but they don't know about it. So.
Yeah, but now we know.
Now we know.
We should probably finish there, I guess. I don't know.
But that's going to be a while. But just to say that anything can be an idea. It could just be, hey, could you do a D&D episode? We could do a D&D episode. We could have
even
some
if
guests.
you want to do a role play one, or just us making fun of celebrities, like anything.
Yeah.
Anything like.
Just exploring the backstory of Gabe, the immortal being.
Yes, please. I have so many stories to tell as I've been alive for so long.
Also, also tell us if you want some solo episodes, because I guess we could do that too. Do you prefer one host, 2 hosts, or 3 hosts? You could tell us.
Yes. Because more than one host can be fun. It is fun
also,
for me.
Yeah.
I talk to.
It could be a monologue. It could be 2 people talking. It could be 3 people talking. It could be we could have guests and stuff. So
yeah. So who knows?
Basically, what we're saying is, tell us stuff. Just tell us stuff. We're figuring this out at the same time as you. It's gonna become good. You'll see.
Yes. Any idea would work, even if it are like 40 people in one call for the first episode of season 2. Anything
I don't
works.
think that's a good idea.
Yes, that's a horrible idea. Why did you tell that one? God damn it.
All right. That's what we're going to do. So I've been Starbourne. You've been...
I've been Gabe Meadows-Cleveland, and the girl who left and hasn't come back was Reaper.
Yeah, I really hope that you like this. We all really hope that you like this episode and that you're going to come back next I don't know when the...
Next time, whenever that...
Next episode,
that is.
Yes. Yeah. When I will host, so you better come, okay? Because I'm the host, and it's gonna be
if you don't come,
million times better than this episode. Because this episode was hosted by Gabe, who's bad.
Yes, if you do not come to his episode next time, I'm personally coming to your house and pulling up a Viking axe or a gun, and it's like you're gonna listen. You're gonna
Viking axe or a gun.
Both. A hybrid.
A Viking gun. Yes. A Viking, just a gun with battle axes on both sides. Yes. Like a bayonet, but with a Viking axe.
And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Also, please tell me if you like that little jingle at the beginning. I wrote that. I'm very proud.
Yes.
All right.
If I remember to have it.
You better at it. All right.
I will. Okay. Bye-bye for now.
Goodbye.
This was GabeTV with your host, Gabe Meadows-Cleveland, Starbourne, and Reaper. Goodbye forever.
Goodbye.
GabeTV.